Now let me see now, because YouTube's saying, "Oh, you're using minutes of an hour," and it shouldn't be. Update the end time. It never gave me an end time. All right. Well, we're gonna have to see if YouTube decides to cut us off at an hour, or will actually let us stream for the full length. I don't know what it's doing. Besides being stupid. Uh, all right. Well, regardless of what's going on, we should be live and we should be functional. And if we're not, I'm going to be unhappy, but there's not a lot I can do about it. Everything should be activated. Yeah, the big alert, and I'm going to remind people a couple times, is that Trovo and DLive are shutting down. Now is the time to use your elixir if you're on Trovo, your mana if you're on Trovo, your lemons if you're on DLive. Thank you very much, Up to. That is very appreciated. I am. Actually, I'm going to do that too. I'm going to give myself a boost, actually, since this is going to be some of our end stream. I can't do anything on DLive, but I can on Trovo. And this is probably. Trovo is saying either April 30th or. That was a little star? Thank you very much. DLive is saying immediately. Trovo is saying either April 30th or June 30th, depending on which one you look at. Ooh. Thank you again, Up to. All right. I am just going to do a little self-promotion on Trovo real quick. And the final lemons from Up to. Thank you. I appreciate it. Just as I think I have DLive actually working too. Because it's been sketchy for a while. Yeah, I thought it would. It should, but I guess it won't. All right. Boast project. I have a lot of mana, so I can do a huge boost for the weekend on Trovo. Okay, so on fire, that is 1,000. You know what? I'm gonna need more than that. Casting Mandarin magic on myself. Because I need to do a lot of this. And that is... I have 22 mana left. And can do nothing with it. And I'm going to burn my little bit of elixir that I have left on myself. Though I am not anywhere close to being able to withdraw my gems from Trovo, so hopefully this won't end up as a waste, but it probably will. And that's it for my elixir. I didn't have a lot of elixir. And I can't withdraw my gems from Trovo, so unless someone has a truckload they feel like dropping, I need 5,000 and I have just over 1.8 thousand. Please don't buy if you don't have them. This is just for anyone who might have any. As for D-Live, I can withdraw with D-Live. I do have enough to withdraw from D-Live. And I'm going to do that after the stream because they're talking immediately in their notices. I haven't been able to find another date. So I'm going to pull it as soon as possible to avoid missing actually getting paid. No, D-Live, we shall miss you. Well, up to anyway. This was once fun. Yeah. Yeah, we will miss D-Live. We will be sad that it did not go off. We will wish that things had gone better. So I will remind people to please take care of their Trovo and D-Live channels. Support streamers while you can on those sites. For now, we're moving on. We've got 2 videos. I thought we only had 1, but I saw a second one in the recommended. So we've got 2 videos and 2 games. We will be watching Brandon Herrera's Cursed Gun Images that give you wood. Which just came out today, so I'm super duper excited. And then we've got an update on the YouTube copyright system, which I have talked about a bunch. I've looked into for literal decades. I am curious what this is going to be. Afterwards, we're going to look at 2 games. I also am going to remind people about a 3rd game as well. Graveyard Keeper, which is a medieval starter-like. It's a bit harder, a bit more difficult, but it is still really, really fun and really, really clever, is currently free on Steam. You can pick it up for free on Steam. We're not going to play it tonight unless we really, really want to. But I wanted to make sure to let people know that it is free. Grab it while you can. The other game, one of the other games that we are going to be playing tonight is also 100% certified Steam free. Living Forest. I know nothing about it, so we're going to play it a little tonight so that I can find out what it is about, since I can't really recommend it until I play it. But that is the first of 2 games we will be playing. And again, unless people want to play Graveyard Keeper as well. And then Soulmask, which just came out with its 1.0, is the other one. It is 10% off, but if you buy it in this first month, it comes with its $20 DLC. So it's a little bit more than 10% off, technically. So that's, I just want to let people know. I don't know a whole lot about Soulmask, which is why we're also playing it. I know it's been highly recommended to me. It's been in early access, and you can build flying airships, which I'm excited about. So that is the plan for tonight. 2 games, maybe 3 if you guys are interested. Know that Graveyard Keeper and Living Woods are free for a very short period of time, so you can just grab them. And we're just going to get started. Give me a sec to set up capture. That may be pretty close to the correct size. It was, in fact, pretty close to the correct size. I was off by just a little bit. So first, thank you, Up to. I forgot, because I've been trying to get all these other things fixed and working. I haven't actually boosted the model muscle size when you redeem the gun show, but thank you. So this is Brandon Herrera, cursed gun images that give you wood, apparently.
Do I have to? Okay. What's going on, guys? Apparently things were going too well in my...
And they can do that safely, because that was a silencer, and you can just take that off the gun. So there's no gun attached and pointed at people. I need to make sure this is muted. There we go.
My life. So now here we are doing another episode of Cursed Gun Images. Fuck you. My least favorite and one of your favorite internet shows where we just scour
100%.
the internet for cursed gun images. In this case, you submitted them and I had to look at them and we review them. And basically talk about why they suck, what's fucked up about them, and why you need to seek Christ.
Say Christ is Lord!
As always, I'm your host, Brandon Barbera. Let's get into the cursed gun images. We've got a lot of wild submissions this time, but we're gonna start this where a lot of people have to start out. In the ghetto.
Another little baby child is born in the ghetto, in the ghetto.
Did you know that apparently you can convert an off-the-shelf flare gun into a 20-gauge shotgun? Apparently crackheads do. These are my favorite photos because these are obviously like police seizures. They have the weapon itself, the ammunition it fires, and the instruments that were used to devise such a device.
Here's why this is a bad idea, regardless of how strong you think the flare gun, or you think the barrel is that you're putting on the flare gun. The flare gun is still plastic, and you need this bit to hold on to this bit, or else it explodes that way. That is important. That bicycle framing, that might be cut off a bicycle. That might be cut off a bike. Also, while we're thinking about it, because it's very clearly being referenced here, I never had any interest in playing Schedule 1. I never had any interest in watching people play Schedule 1. 3 people who I really, really like to watch have now played Schedule 1. And I can't help but think, all right, fine. I am considering at some point doing Schedule 1. But I want to know if anyone else has any interest in us doing Cursed Chore Simulator. Because I'm sure that's what it will turn into with me. For now, thank you for the redeem again. For now, back to this.
Yeah. What do you know? You shouldn't call them crackheads. There's a literal fucking crack pipe in the what do you want from me? Casual crack user. Is that better? Yeah, it looks like they just put a 20 gauge barrel, I guess. Something that's serving as one on a regular flare gun, which, I mean, if you think about it, flare gun, yeah, it's a hammer with a firing pin. Just clamped it on. Fucking bolt there. Remember, kids, never underestimate the ingenuity of a crack American. This little beauty here was seized by Queensland police.
What?
Right cursed gun in it.
You say that in Australia?
I don't know. Croy.
Probably because they don't understand firearms because they're not allowed to have them.
What a cursed gun! Accompanied with the news article, weapons seized, Rockhampton. The Rockhampton Tactical Crime Squad charged 2 men with several weapons and drug-related offenses. Following 2 search warrants in the Rockhampton area last week. It will be alleged police located and seized a shotgun, rifle, and ammunition from the property. That sure as shit does not look like any of those things. I can't tell if this is...
It could also be that they just can't identify them, so they called them whatever they thought they could call them. You can tell what I think of them. It could be in 410. That could be 410. Which would be also be 45 long Colt, which would mean this is both the rifle and the shotgun.
This is made of like a 3D printed frame, or if it's just all Bondo epoxy. A little fucking dongle up front as a foregrip Bondo. I can't tell if this is made.
I don't
of
think
like,
it's 3D printed. You can see, but it's used in rifles. I don't think it's 3D printed. I could see where this could make it look like it, but it looks like, especially with this down here, it looks like a cheap grip off of some other type of tool. Where this would be like a battery or attachment would have gone in once upon a time. Like this could possibly be the grip off of a type of nail gun, where instead of just going with 22 nail gun, they actually tried to use the nail gun hammer and add a real barrel and heavier caliber. Wait, did it say 22?
That sure as shit. The alleged police and ammunition from the property. That sure as shit. The Tactical Crime Squad charged 2 men with several weapons and drug-related offenses.
Did it? Where?
Right cursed gun in it.
You say that in Australia?
I don't know. Crikey, what a cursed gun! Accompanied with the news.
I guess I imagine the 22 bit. Okay, so never mind. That's not 22. It could very well be 410, 45, like you said.
Article: weapons seized. Right in an area property. Like a 3D printed frame, or if it's just all Bondo epoxy. A little fucking dongle up front as a foregrip. And of course, to round out the crackhead trifecta, more literal crack. East Bay Regional Park Police, I assume, on 12/30/25, swing shift officers contacted a subject for a curfew violation. What the fucking curfew violation? The fuck do you live, 1984? But, yeah. They seized an Apple Watch.
Cool. Someone trying to make a sword. Questionable pieces. That looks like a piece of ammunition. Multiple pieces. What is that? What is that even made out of? Is that a Nerf gun? That could be a converted Nerf gun, which I would be too scared to try to use.
An improvised firearm,
Oh my gosh, it is a Nerf gun. Oh no. Yeah, it's got that Nerf blue underneath it, doesn't it? Oh my gosh. They tried to convert a Nerf gun or a knockoff dart gun into a firearm. Oh my gosh, that is... They didn't follow this at all. That is horrifying. Actually, I don't know. Maybe they did. I have never even heard of this particular one before. It could be that whoever wrote that has no idea what they're talking about.
Black book of improvised munitions, a vial that I cannot read, so I will assume is ketamine, 2 shotgun shells, I think 7.62 by 25 round, a little Coke baggie, and some crack. Oh, and a gun. Yeah, there's no fucking chance that thing fires. It looks like it's trying to be like a bolt. This looks like a Nerf bolt action that, again, somebody just like put a bunch of electrical tape around, and I don't know. They had live ammo with them. Seriously, what the fuck is the...
I'm not going to buy the book. I don't need the book. I don't want the book.
Watch doing there? The ketamine I get. You know, just in case you gotta sedate a horse.
Don't teach him to break curfew. We'll take his watch.
Just get mugged by the police. That shit, I'm getting your wallet. So this one is not actually a cursed gun image, but it looks like one.
Was that a Courage the Cowardly Dog shout out?
And I will explain. Do you know what that is? Oh, so let me explain. So that right there is a Colt 32. It's a piece of wood that was carved out to be roughly in the shape of a gun that John Dillinger used to escape prison. Yeah, legit. Well, I think he had it like under a jacket and did that whole thing, and was able to actually apprehend a guard where he got an actual gun and then proceeded to escape prison. They have that on display at the Mob Museum in Las Vegas. I actually got to see it the time before last. And apparently, so I had asked the person there how they acquired it, and apparently, after John Dillinger escaped from prison, he he sent it to his father, who was apparently not very keen on some of Dillinger's extracurricular activities. But I think the sister got it, and it stayed.
Part about getting a real gun is false, but I am not familiar enough with his escape to be able to comment on it, so cool.
In the family, where it was later donated to the Mob Museum, which is really cool. While not actually being a Colt 32, it is a very, very neat piece of history. But that leads me to something that is a little bit more cursed and actually a gun. I think his cock's still in the Smithsonian or something like that. Okay, no, this is a real, it's a real urban legend anyway, because, yeah, fact check. Is John Dillinger's penis on display in the Smithsonian? No.
No, and you're a freak.
What is your
No, why do
timing?
you keep asking? Anyway, one of the things that is of John Dillinger that actually is on display is this little number. This, I believe, is a Colt 1911 in 38 Super with a
I've seen this
front
one.
Thompson
I want one.
foregrip,
It's never
like
gonna
a Navy
happen.
Thompson foregrip with an extended magazine, and yes, it was converted to full auto. I love the muzzle brake included as well for, you know, muzzle rock.
There's also real ones that didn't involve what it took to this. Yeah, this may be built out of an actual just fully automatic Colt, because 1911, because there are actual full automatic 1911s. They are super duper rare, but they exist.
Guys, this was like the race pistol of the day. The funny part is the person responsible, I'm pretty sure if I've done my reading correctly, the person responsible for this, cursed piece of history actually ran his gunsmithing shop out of San Antonio. It was like somewhere downtown, I think that's pretty neat. Yes, I'm excited for this one because not only is this a great addition to Cursed Gun Images, but we are actually in the middle of recreating one of these. Just because I'm a big history buff, I like all sorts of history. Mob history is really cool. And so as cursed as this thing is, I want one. It will have a fun switch, and yes, it has to be 38 Super because fuck you. But moving on, speaking of cursed pistols,
I am happy.
Somebody sent this one to me. This is a Ruger 22. The mod light, pressure switch, optic, just... And again, no crack pipe, but we do have the bottle of 99 grapes laying next to it. I don't know what the fuck that actually is, but holy shit, actually, Jesus. 50% alcohol? 49.5? You could probably start a fucking car with what they used for inspiration on this one. But you know what's not cursed?
That is a horrifying amount of alcohol, and I want another look at that thing. 99 proof. Ooh. It almost looks like the barrel is bending down. Oh my gosh. This is not an expensive version of the Ruger 22, which the expensive version of the Ruger 22 is not very expensive. But that's just a clamp on. That's not even a clamp on. Hold on. That is a clamp on. That is one of those little plastic friction fit things that just snap over to hold like something onto a plastic chair or something. That's not even clamped on. If this was anything but 22, that whole upper sight, which is a nightmare on its own, would not stay on. Actually, it might not stay on anyways. Half alcohol schnapps. That person is not steady. The shaking of the hand could very easily knock that off. Any meaningful recoil, which 22 doesn't have, is also going to knock that off. But yeah, that person is going to have a super duper weak grip. And probably, yeah, I don't think that's staying on.
Hey, 50% alcohol, 49.5. You could probably start a fucking car with what they used for inspiration on this one. But you know what's not cursed? Opening up your monthly tack pack. Got this knife at one of our veterans events. It's very fucking sharp and I'm terrified of it. Let's see what we got in here. That actually just cut through the cardboard because I missed the tape. Oh shit, this is actually
I have a couple knives like that. I love them.
TacPack is the ultimate tactical box subscription company where you can get tactical shit such as AR-15 parts. Okay, this is normally where I throw stuff. That's a hair.
Yeah.
Waiter, send my TacPack back. AR-15 parts. SOG knives. Synthwave band merch. Belly band holsters, gloves, and the water bottle I use at the gym. All of this and more could be yours if you just subscribe to TacPack using the links down in the description and in the pinned comment. You can also get this cool piece of paper that tells me that if you use code MAY590, you get a free tactical gift, bringing the total box value to $590. I believe that's for your TacPack Plus. The next 4 TacPacks will provide major upgrades for your rifle. Make sure to get signed up and stick around for the summer for some awesome gear. Like I said, the links are down in the description and in the pinned comment for that. We appreciate TacPack for being a consistent sponsor of the channel. Speaking of which, if you've ever wanted to get your start in gunsmithing and weapons technology and not make cursed bullshit like we've been talking about the entire fucking video, you could check out the Sonoran Desert Institute or SDI.edu using the links down in the description and in the pinned comment. They're a great sponsor of the channel. We greatly appreciate them. Back to dog shit cursed gun images. Now, you've probably seen this before, and we might have covered it on Cursed Gun Images before, this meme of, fuck you, unbullpups your AUG. Which, like, the unbullpupped AUG looks. I don't know how to feel. But, as it turns out, some mad lad actually did it.
Does. I'm not, oh my
The
God.
log.
The log.
It's wood.
The log.
The log. It's better than bad, it's good.
I hate that I want one.
Not only did they unbullpup the AUG, but they gave it like an absurdly long barrel. They did it. They did the meme. No, that barrel, seriously, like how fucking long is that barrel? Is it that has to be like 26 inches. Like that's absurd. John Dillinger barrel. The only question running through my mind with this thing is why?
Because you can, and it honestly, put a drum on it, it looks like a decent LMG platform.
To which undoubtedly the answer is, why not? And you know what? Keep up that spirit. We didn't make scientific breakthroughs by doing things the normal way. We did it by doing dumb shit like tying a fucking key to a kite and getting electrocuted. Trailblazing, pathfinding. It's what makes America America. Not in this case. I don't think that's going anywhere. But I like the sentiment. Mom, I want
he's
SPOS
not
12.
wrong.
No, son, we have SPOS 12 at home.
When he's not wrong when you think about the kite experiment, it's like, wait a minute, that was actually a really stupid idea.
Mom, I want SPOS 12. No, son, we have SPOS 12 at home. SPOS 12 at home.
Oh my gosh.
The brass
what is
knuckles
that?
are actually so ghetto, maybe this should have gone in the beginning of the video. I just don't know. Do you think they have enough extra shotgun shells on this fucking thing? I think there's probably room on there. They could fit a couple more. Although Chesty Puller would approve.
If you're doing this, you're using a shotgun with a plug that only has 2 in the tube and 1 in the barrel. If it's having a good day, the bayonet does in fact look plastic as well. You are correct. No. You are literally reloading every other shot.
Approve of the use of the bayonet. Now this one, I don't know how to feel about, to be honest. A 3D printed chassis for a black powder pirate pistol. Keck or cringe? You call it.
It would not be the worst idea if instead of this complete trash clamp on sight was in fact mounted onto the 3D printed mounting system that you should have included if you're doing this. I do not inherently hate the idea of 3D printing platforms for black powder just because you can. This is a bad execution of it.
Pirate pistol. Keck or cringe?
Also, did you have to use the Glock grip and pistol?
Cringe. You call it.
Call it.
The thing is, because it's black powder, it's already not a firearm legally. So, like, you could just fucking buy one. But no, you just 3D print one too, I guess. Arrgh, me layer.
It's, for me at least, if I think about this, it would not be about 3D printing it because laws, regulations, or whatever. It would be 3D printing it to not do what this idiot did and like do the tactical thing because you can type deal. This is very much a because you can 3D print, except they can't. After all this, they can't.
Airlines are showing. Me ma won't let me shop at Cabela's.
I've been bad.
That wench says I be needing to get me grades up first.
And can you cut the crust off the PB&J?
What the fuck is this show, man? Speaking of shit, what in the sci-fi bullshit is this AK? So it's supposed to be an AK underfolder here, but it seems that people have just attached whatever the fuck they found at Lowe's. I guess it's supposed to be like an air canister or something in the back. There's like pipe fittings and shit where the stock is, well, what's supposed to be a stock. This has to be airsoft. That bipod is what...
It is either airsoft or it was airsoft and someone turned it into like a prop or a cosplay. Because I don't think that's the correct recoil, not recoil spring, buffer spring mounting in the back, for one thing. That looks like it's plastic. It's been replaced. It looks like it's plastic to begin with, and a lot of it's been replaced or painted. I don't think this started life as a real firearm, and I'm not entirely sure it started life as an airsoft gun. I think it's a plastic AK that someone turned into a steampunk or Flash Gordon style prop.
Fucked with me. It's why I included this, because I just couldn't.
That's just the spotter off of a cheap telescope. You get some of those telescopes that have like a secondary little scope that like helps you aim it at the right place before you look at the big scope. That looks like one of the ones off of the cheap kids ones. This is very probably never was a real gun to begin with.
Could not stop thinking that looks like the fucking spider thing from Wild Wild West.
Oh my gosh.
Nice to see
The gun looks like
it actually
Wild
works.
Wild West.
Anybody else remember that movie? Like, that happened, right? I think
Yep.
Will Smith turned down like a very like serious. He turned on the Matrix for that
Matrix.
movie.
Yeah.
Oh, that worked out. Now this next piece is a piece of history. You might remember.
Will Smith legitimately thought the Matrix would go nowhere. Hi, Keanu Reeves. And went with Wild Wild West instead, which I kind of wish had gone further. It's a dumb having fun here movie, but we don't get a lot of steampunk, and they put some actual effort into the steampunk tech. Like the script wasn't great, but the prop people did absolutely earn their paychecks. The prop team 100% could have looked at the script and said, we're not going to try, but they didn't. And they tried, and it came out glorious. The props are amazing.
The Liberator. No, not that one. Yeah, the super cheap to make single shot pistol that was made
I
for
wanna watch that again.
a piece of history. You might remember the Liberator. No, not that one. Yeah, the super cheap to make single shot pistol that was made for the purpose of airdropping into areas like, for example, Nazi occupied France for the French resistance. I think they're super neat. I own one because, fucking course. But what I didn't know is that they made a carbine version. Introducing the Longberator.
No. Bad. I hate that it kinda looks okay. I hate that it kind of looks okay. Except the barrel looks like it's drooping again. If it weren't for this bit, which is barely a firearm, it kind of looks like some of those target rifles.
Nah, that doesn't sound right. It appears to be a Liberator that somebody made a stock and forearm for, which kind of does harken back to like some of the carbine versions of, for example, the Luger. So like, is it cursed? Yeah, it is. Especially adding the Picatinny rail on top with the red dot. But even that
barrel is
wasn't
100% drooping.
Now you had to go a step farther and add a suppressor to the end.
Of course. What is that height over bore? I just realized that. Your barrel is down here. Your sight is up here. You're not getting any cheek weld. You're like shooting with your head all the way up. With a 45 ACP, even with that barrel, it is going at like 40 miles an hour coming out of the end of the gun. It is that you want your sight as low down as possible. That thing's aim is going to that thing's going to be canted down significantly.
All right. I think the thing that I hate most about this is that it actually it doesn't really look bad. Like, I'm gonna probably burn for saying that, but I don't know. I'm a sucker for wood. Speaking of wood, I would like to go home now. So I had to include this one. This is from Bear Creek Arsenal. Our friends at Bear Creek. They just dropped what is, by all accounts, probably going to be the worst American-made AK of all time. And they've got some stiff competition in that regard. But yeah, they just dropped a teaser apparently for their new AK line. And in their own teaser, I had to put it here because I don't know where the fuck else I would put it, because this is just cursed as shit. To show off their incredible manufacturing, they dropped this image of their front sight.
That's supposed to be centered. Yeah, you don't want your customers to see that. I've seen cheap plastic toys with better front sights. What the? That's horrible.
This is what an AK front sight post is supposed to look like. See
Yep.
that little drum, that little, like that round part that's sticking out too far on one side? That's called the front sight drum. You can adjust that left to right for windage. Usually because when manufactured, your AK sight was fucking crooked, meaning they didn't put it on correctly. So to have it pushed all the way to one side, not unheard of, right? But elevation-wise, you thread that little post in and out to, you know, raise and lower your height, your elevation. There's a sticking up out of the fucking sight post. If that's what it took to zero that gun, you need to quit. It's like Bear Creek Arsenal is like always supposed to be like just like garbage tier stuff, like super cheap. They can't sue me for saying this part because it's objectively true. Do you remember when they had to shut down a while back, temporarily at least, because ICE raided their facility and arrested a shitload of their employees? How are you able to get prices so low? We don't hire Americans. They were using so much Mexican labor, it might have been a fucking ITAR violation. Anyway, feast your eyes on Gucci Sten. Yes, this is a World War II Sten gun. Aluminum folding stock. AR pistol grip adapter.
Clamp on sight. Clamp on rails.
Clamp on red dot sight, 4N suppressor, flashlight, the whole 9 yards. This gun in particular.
If you didn't use this giant wedge block, though I think you might have to actually for AR, and just gave it a pistol grip, that on its own isn't the worst plan. But that's also it from this entire thing. For reference, a massive chunk of World War II Sten guns were built in bike shops for less than $1 each. This is fully automatic historical junk with Mall Ninja equipment clamped onto it.
Particular is just funny to me, just because the entire point of the Sten was the British government going, oh fuck, we just lost all our shit at Dunkirk. We need to crank out as many submachine guns as we possibly can for as cheap as we can. So they took a bunch of bicycle parts and made it kith with a 9mm barrel, and then you ended up with the Sten. A submachine gun that could be made as easily and cheaply as possible. And then every part that was added to this from here is probably more expensive than the gun itself cost to make. This is like taking your Casio.
The British government panics about people knowing how to make them because you can make them in bike shops out of bike parts.
Watch and giving it a Rolex band. Also, I love it when the fucking Brit bongs get super pissed when I shit on the Sten. Like, I don't actually dislike the Sten, I just like to make British people upset. Been doing it for 250 fucking years, baby. This next one I'm just including because it reminds me of the Sharps with the scope from like, the outlaw Josie Wales.
Called the Missouri Boat Ride.
Like, you know, scope technology's gotten better over the last, 160 years. But no, it looks like you're gonna be using this thing to shoot the fucking rope on that river ferry. This next one kinda hurts. Because it was built on a really cool AK. Behold, a Crink Kinda.
Oh my gosh.
You got a hose clamp attaching what I can
Oh.
only assume is a shovel for a stock. I mean,
I was
after
about
all-
to say, is this the shovel stock AK? I have seen the shovel stock AK before. It is continuing.
all. That's what us AK guys are kind of known for. And I mean, the elephant in the room is the fucking seatbelt receiver there on the the side of the receiver. Is that what you call that? Like a seatbelt? A female end of a seatbelt? What the fuck do you call that? Yeah, it's a little receptacle. Oh, that sounds dirty. Seatbelt female receptacle.
You're not the only one cursed with knowledge.
I only
Okay.
have one guess, and I really hope this is the case. I hope somebody has like a single point sling that they've just attached to the male end of that seatbelt. It's just like a fucking Baltic QD mount, essentially. Improvise, adapt, buckle up. Now this next one is
There
coming
are
to me
worse
from
uses,
Pakistani
actually.
Instagram. Showed up in my feed one day in between clips of the Artemis 2 launch and Indians being hit by trains. This
I worked on that. I haven't said a lot about it. I worked on Artemis 2. Now, this was years ago. No, not Artemis 2, on the whole rocket. This was years ago. But I've been super excited because, one, we're going back to the moon, which is just cool. And two, I helped make that happen. And I'm going to let you wonder how.
in between clips of the Artemis 2 launch and Indians being hit by trains. This appears to
I
be
have no context for the other one.
a milled AK, outfitted with like Setme furniture, I think. I love also when they flip it over there at the end. They flip the weapon over.
What
You
is
can
that?
see that they have, and this is like
Well, what were they
a
thinking?
signature move of Khyber Pass. Like we've shown some of like their counterfeit shit before in the past, like
Yeah.
counterfeit Glocks and whatever. They'll counterfeit maker marks. So if you look on the side of the receiver, they've got the
There's the
big
K.
K there, which is likely ripping off of like Kalashnikov Concern, like the Kalashnikov factory in Russia now, as if Kalashnikov would actually make something like this. Honestly, it'd be pretty fucking cool if they did, but
I mean, they've tried a couple times, and the Russian government has told them no.
yeah, frankly, this is hard to hate. Is it a little botched? Like,
It looks like a hybrid between an AK and a G3 or a FAL. It's not the worst, assuming it runs.
yes, it's like it's a Frankenstein's monster, but again, it comes back down to wood. I think if you do the wood well, I'm gonna stop. 4 out of 10. I'd still buy it. Now, the next one is actually a repeat. This is one that we had, I think, on the last episode of Cursed Gun Images, but we've got a little bit of an update. I mean, what looks to be like PPS 43 parts kit, a high point upper, or whatever the fuck that thing is, Thompson foregrip. I mean, this entire thing is just... Remember, kids, don't do drugs. But it turns out this and one other submission that we used in the last episode of Cursed Gun Images were both made by the same mad scientist, a guy by the name of Trench Rat Customs, who then offered to do a
Earned his
cursed
name.
build-off, or challenged me to, I think, a cursed gun build-off or whatever, to which I would say, buddy, you have clearly missed my intention with these cursed gun videos. I don't like them. I don't want to make more of them. Are they funny? Yeah, but kind of like in the same way as like somebody getting hit by a car on Instagram. Man, I really need to cleanse my feed. It's bad.
Yeah.
You know it's bad, but you can't look away. And that's what makes the comedy. That being said, your work is inspiring. Inspiring for good? Probably not. But entertaining nonetheless. Maybe that's a better word. People are asking, you know, oh, this guy wants to come on the channel. Would you have him on? And can we get him on the channel? And to those people, I would say, come on. Every time somebody makes a video like this, like, we're not just gonna invite them on the channel. We got a lot of stuff lined up, very
Wait
busy
for it.
schedule. There's a lot of shit we got going on. Like, we're not just
Wait
gonna
for it.
drop everything every time something like this happens. So to answer your question, yeah, sure, fuck it, why not? Trench Rat, if you want to come out to San Antonio, hang out, see the shop,
He was dwelling on it long enough that I knew it was going to happen.
maybe bring out a couple of your toys. offers open. But with that business cleaned up, that ends this episode of Cursed Gun Images. Hope you guys got it out of your system, fucking degenerates. If you're new to the channel, this is far from the first episode of this we've done. There's a huge backlog of Cursed Gun Images video and a bunch of other stuff we've done on the channel. So if you want to see more of that, first of all, what the fuck is wrong with you? Second of all, you can go ahead and subscribe down below and click the notification bell so YouTube can't fuck me on not sending you notifications. As always, I appreciate every single one of you for staying to the end of the video, and I will see you sexy YouTube mother lovers in the next one. Seek God. Bye.
It's my obsession to make the perfect weapon, like Rasputin's rise to the top. But you can stop.
Do I have to? As always, I'm your host, Brandon Barbera, and today, oh fuck. Following two search warrants in the fuck.
Next time.
Then just exact Elvis in the ghetto. Actually, the Carbon one's funnier. In the ghetto. Hello, blooper reel.
Yep. Now, always fun. As we move on, though, this is The Lawful Masses with Leonard French. Supreme Court just gave YouTube no excuse to keep this system. I missed this as well, which is why we're doing this now, because I just found out about it. And really, okay, noted. So according to the DMCA, the actual act, platforms are required to have a DMCA system in which someone may file a DMCA complaint against copyrighted material. However, YouTube's system does not implement it correctly and, in fact, does not follow the law. Because the DMCA complaint is an actual legal complaint that, if falsely filed, is perjury. Okay, that comes with some serious consequences if you commit perjury. But as we all have infamously found out again and again and again, you can file a claim against anyone on YouTube and not have to file the legal claim. How YouTube works is you just tell YouTube, this is mine, and YouTube says, this is yours, and gives it to you. Unless you're someone like Mr. Beast that YouTube likes, and then they protect you. Then the other person has to say, no, it's not, you're wrong. Then the person making the false claim can decide, no, I've decided I'm right. Afterwards, then the person who uploaded the content must hand over their private personal information saying, I'm going to I am willing to initiate legal action against you to say, no, this isn't copyright claim. Only then does the false copyright claim person, who now has access to all this private personal information, only then can they, or do they have to decide if they're going to file a real claim or not. And at that point, now they've gotten all the personal private information, and they can say, no, I'm not gonna push this because I got what I actually wanted. You doxed yourself to me. However, so there's no threat of perjury with YouTube's system. And I'm pretty sure if they did have to file a real DMCA claim anyways, they would have, that person making the false claim, or making a claim period, would have to dox themselves in order to do that to begin with to the person they're making the claim to, because it is a legal document. They have to be saying, I am initiating a legal procedure against you, but YouTube lets them bypass that and collect people's information before ever having to actually be under threat of any penalty whatsoever for doing this. YouTube does this because they don't care. They benefit from it. They get to take a cut of the copyright trolls' proceeds, because if I'm not monetized, but I get hit with copyright, they can still monetize my video and take money from it. So copyright trolls can monetize other people's videos on their own without that aren't monetized normally. So YouTube gets to benefit from it like that. Plus, it makes the big music companies happy, because they and the movie companies and Hollywood and so on and so forth happy, because they get to hit people without any legal repercussions, because who can fight them? And we know that so many actual record label companies have just made their business now off of copyright striking people and monetizing their videos instead of actually selling records. And so YouTube benefits again because they get to keep a cut. They get to make all these big companies happy. It is a horrible system, and this is also why when a big creator gets falsely hit, YouTube is so fast to take their side. Because if a big creator that actually has the money to go to war with a copyright troll blames YouTube and sues them for it, YouTube would be liable for damages because they're violating the DMCA. And they would actually be forced to probably fix the system, which, again, YouTube is benefiting from being broken. So, that is my whole background of the short version. This is unfortunately the short version of YouTube's broken system. Leonard French, who I've watched for a long, long time, says that apparently the Supreme Court just gave YouTube no excuse to keep the system. I am curious where this is going to go.
On March 25th, 2026, the Supreme Court unanimously ruled that Cox Communications, an ISP that knowingly lets subscribers pirate music for years, is not liable for contributory copyright infringement. Not because Cox behaved well, it didn't. Cox maintained a 13-strike policy the district court called an elaborate sham. Internal emails showed a company culture summarized
I did hear about this ruling. I'm curious where he's going with it.
by one employee's blunt notation, DMCA equals reactivate. Cox blacklisted an entire copyright enforcement company to avoid processing infringement notices. It was, by any reasonable measure, a bad actor. And the Supreme Court still said that's not enough. Cox Communication versus Sony Music Entertainment held that providing a general-purpose service with knowledge that some users will infringe copyright is not contributory infringement. Period. Liability requires something more, either active inducement of infringement or providing a service that is designed for infringement and lacks substantial lawful uses. Internet access is neither. The court dismantled the knowledge plus material contribution framework that lower courts had applied for over 50 years and replaced it with a two-track test that general-purpose platforms will almost never fail. This is a case about an ISP, but its most important consequences are for you and YouTube. Why YouTube's 3 strikes policy exists and why the reason just evaporated. YouTube's 3-strike copyright system is not a product of altruism or corporate responsibility.
Right. This is going to cover the strikes, not the actual claims. Okay. I tend to ignore the strikes because the claim system is so bad, but we're still going to keep going.
It is a compliance mechanism built to satisfy a single statutory provision, 17 U.S.C. Section 512I, which conditions the DMCA safe harbor on having a policy that provides for the termination in appropriate circumstances of subscribers and account holders who are repeat infringers. The logic was straightforward. Without DMCA safe harbor, YouTube faces secondary copyright liability for the content its users upload. To keep the safe harbor, YouTube must terminate repeat infringers. To demonstrate it terminates repeat infringers, YouTube built the 3-strike system: 3 copyright strikes in 90 days, and your channel is permanently deleted, along with every video you ever uploaded and every subscriber you ever earned. Before Cox, this was load-bearing architecture. The DMCA safe harbor was the wall between YouTube and potentially ruinous copyright lawsuits. The 3-strike policy was a brick that held up that wall. Lose that safe harbor, face the lawsuits. Simple. Cox changed the equation. If general-purpose platforms cannot face contributory copyright liability regardless of their knowledge of user infringement, and YouTube is unquestionably a general-purpose platform, then the underlying threat that made 3 strikes necessary has diminished significantly. The DMCA safe harbor is still valuable to YouTube because YouTube hosts content and faces potential direct infringement claims, but the contributory liability sword that hung over the platform's head, the Supreme Court just sheathed it. Cox's own attorney conceded at oral argument that after this ruling, the safe harbor provision wouldn't do anything at all for conduit ISPs. For hosting platforms like YouTube, the safe harbor still matters, but it matters less. And the 3-strike policy that was built to protect it, YouTube now has room to rethink it from the ground up.
They're not going to unless someone makes them, because again, they benefit from this kind of system.
The human cost of 3 strikes. To understand why this matters, you have to understand what the current system does to real people. A YouTube creator who receives 3 copyright strikes in the 90-day window loses everything. Not just the disputed video, the entire channel. Every video, every subscriber, every comment, every community post, years of work, deleted. And YouTube bans the creator from starting a new channel. For full-time creators whose livelihoods depend on their channels, a 3rd strike is a professional death sentence. The U.S. Copyright Office's own 2020 Section 512 study found the notice and takedown system unbalanced, tilted towards right holders at the expense of users with legitimate fair use claims. Content is removed before any fair use analysis. Counter notifications take 10 to 14 business days, during which the content stays down, and the creator lives under the threat that a wrong guess about fair use or a bad faith claim by a rights holder could end their career. The chilling effect is real and pervasive. Creators self-censor. They avoid incorporating copyrighted material even when their use is clearly transformative. Commentary, criticism, education, parody. Video essayists skip visual references. Music commentators avoid playing the songs they're analyzing. Creators who cover news, law, or pop culture walk on eggshells around copyrighted clips, even when their use falls squarely within fair use. The system punishes risk-taking, and in a creative economy, risk-taking is the whole point. Meanwhile,
I was personally on the receiving end of this. This is with my old pre-VTuber channel in life. Rooster Teeth, the one that failed, the one under Warner Brothers, after Bernie and all the good people left. I did a lot of talking about the mythology that Ruby was based on, and as well as theorizing what might happen next. I was a very small channel, but Rooster Teeth, I still wasn't a Rooster Teeth creator. So they hammered my channel, took $150 of my earnings, which for a broke college student was huge. And that was the death of that channel. And that's about the time that I stopped creating, because they killed all my momentum. They didn't technically take down the whole channel, but they saw to it that they took all the money and saw to it that I was shadow banned, basically.
Content ID, YouTube's automated fingerprinting system, handles 98 to 99% of copyright management on the platform, entirely
That feels like a low estimate.
outside the DMCA strike framework. Content ID scans every upload against over 50 million reference files and lets rights holders choose to monetize, track, or block. About 90% choose to monetize. Content ID claims don't generate copyright strikes, they direct revenue. The system that actually manages copyright on YouTube is not the three-strike system. The three-strike system is a compliance artifact layered on top of it. What YouTube could actually do now. Cox doesn't force YouTube to change anything, but it removes the legal risk that prevented the change. Here's what a reformed copyright strike system could look like. This is not a fantasy, but a reasonable policy that would survive legal scrutiny under the new standard. Raise the strike threshold. 3 strikes in 90 days is an extraordinarily unforgiving system for a platform where creators publish multiple videos per week and copyright law is genuinely ambiguous. A 5-strike or even 7-strike system would give creators meaningful breathing room while still allowing YouTube to terminate persistent, deliberate infringers. The statute requires only that the policy provide for termination in appropriate circumstances. It does not prescribe a number. Courts have accepted policies far more lenient than YouTube's current one. In Capitol Records v. Vimeo, the court found Vimeo's policy reasonable even though it treated multiple notices arriving within a 3-day window as one incident. Reduce the current strike window. The current 90-day window means a creator who receives 2 strikes in January starts each new video in February knowing a single additional claim, even a frivolous one, will destroy their channel. Reducing the window to 30 days would reduce the pressure without eliminating accountability. It would also align better with the reality that copyright disputes are slow. Require fair use screening before a strike issues. This is the most consequential reform and the hardest to implement. Under the current system, a DMCA takedown request generates a strike immediately. Fair use is only considered after the fact if the creator files a counter notification. This is backwards. The Ninth Circuit held in Lentz v. Universal Music that rights holders must consider fair use before sending a takedown notice, but there's no enforcement mechanism, and rights holders routinely ignore this obligation. YouTube could build one. Before a formal strike issues, YouTube could flag the claim for a fair use review, automated or human, and withhold the strike if the use appears transformative. This would require investment, but YouTube already employs thousands of content moderators and has sophisticated content analysis tools
that are only used to protect their big golden children. They absolutely are not going to do this unless someone forces them. They have no incentive.
You could separate the Content ID and the strike system entirely. Content ID claims already don't generate strikes, but the two systems interact in ways that create confusion and fear. A bright line separation with clear communication to creators that automated Content ID matches can never lead to a channel termination would reduce the chilling effect significantly. You could adopt neutral third-party dispute resolution. PEX has already partnered with WIPO's Arbitration and Mediation Center to provide exactly this for copyright disputes. YouTube could integrate a similar system, replacing the current framework where the accusing rights holder effectively decides the outcome. A neutral arbiter, considering both the claims and the fair use defense before a strike is confirmed, would be a structural improvement over the status quo. None of these reforms would violate Section 512I. The statute requires a policy that terminates repeat infringers in appropriate circumstances, not necessarily a 3-strike policy or a 90-day window or immediate termination upon a third complaint. Courts have consistently held that reasonable implementation is a flexible standard. And after Cox, even if a court found YouTube's reformed policy didn't satisfy Section 512I, the contributory liability exposure that made the safe harbor essential has been dramatically reduced. What this could mean for content creation? If YouTube moved in this direction, the effects would ripple across the entire creator economy. YouTube is the platform that sets the standard. Its copyright policies influence how every other platform structures its own systems: TikTok, Instagram, Twitch. A more forgiving strike system would unlock categories of content that are currently too risky to produce at scale. Long-form video essays that analyze copyrighted films, music, and art, the kind of content that is almost always fair use but frequently triggers claims, would become safer to create. Music commentary and reaction content, which currently operates in a gray zone where a single aggressive rights holder can threaten a creator's entire career, would have more room to breathe. News commentary that incorporates copyrighted footage, a practice protected by fair use but routinely flagged by automated systems, would carry less existential risk. The broader effect would be a shift in creative incentives. The current system rewards creators who avoid copyrighted material entirely, who make content in a vacuum, disconnected from the broader culture they're commenting on. A reformed system would reward creators who engage with copyrighted works in transformative ways, exactly the kind of creative output that copyright's fair use doctrine is designed to protect. The law already says this content is legal. The platform's enforcement system just hasn't caught up. There is a reasonable counterargument. Rights holders worry that relaxed enforcement will increase piracy and erode the revenue streams that fund creative work in the first place. This concern's not frivolous. The Content ID monetization system generates billions of dollars for rights holders annually, and it depends on a credible enforcement backdrop. But the counterargument has limits. Content ID handles the vast majority of copyright management on YouTube already. The three-strike system is a blunt instrument layered on top of a sophisticated one, and blunting it further doesn't mean abandoning copyright enforcement. It means calibrating enforcement to distinguish between piracy and fair use, between bad actors and good faith actors. The time is now. As of mid-April 2026, no major platform has publicly announced any policy changes in response to Cox. The decision is 2 weeks old, but the legal landscape has shifted beneath the existing architecture, and the platforms know it. 2 days after Cox, X's lawyers told a Nashville federal court that the copyright theories in a pending music publisher's lawsuit fail as a matter of law under the new standard. Meta invoked Cox in its defense against Epidemic Sound. The court issued a GVR order vacating a $46.7 million verdict against Grande Communications, another ISP, and the record label's $2.6 billion suit against Verizon faces the same headwinds. The content industry's litigation strategy against intermediaries, built on the knowledge plus material contribution theory the court just eliminated, is in disarray. The RIAA's Mitch Glazier responded by calling on policymakers to look closely at the impact of this ruling. That's the signal. The fight moves to Congress. If platforms visibly relax enforcement before rights holders can secure legislative backup, the window for reform may be narrow. Right now, the window is open, and YouTube has the legal room, the technical infrastructure, and the competitive incentive to build a copyright system that distinguishes between pirates and creators. Cox v. Sony didn't require it, but for the first time in the platform's history, nothing in the law prevents it either. That's where things stand. I'm Leonard French, your favorite copyright attorney, and I want to hear what you think. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Should YouTube raise the strike count? Should they require fair use review before a strike lands? Should they scrap the whole system and start over? Tell me. Lawful Masses runs on community support, and I'm grateful for every one of you who makes it possible. Special thanks to Evie, Ugly Grill, Tech Potato, the Blood-Soaked Survivors, and Kyle Seafring for their top-tier support. If you'd like to join them, head to patreon.com/ljfrench. One more thing. I've been building a web app that makes it dead simple to send a postcard to your congresspersons. If this ruling makes you think Congress needs to hear from creators, this is a way to do it. Check it out at postcardstocongress.org, and please send any feedback to support@postcardstocongress.org. Use coupon code JUST5 to send postcards to all 3 of your Congress critters for just $5. Until next time, I love you all. Have a great day. Bye.
Fan of that. All right, we are going to leave a comment right now. Okay, you said that YouTube has an incentive to change, but it doesn't. If it already implements the copyright system incorrectly, because it does not, because it doesn't require copyright holders to submit a true DMCA claim, which is perjury, until after going through their system to the point where a creator has to dox themselves trying to defend fair use. This system also allows false claims to monetize otherwise unmonetized videos, which YouTube can skim profits off of. YouTube directly benefits from protecting people making copyright claims between these skimmed profits and positive relations with large companies that hold copyrights, or at least claim to, and as such will never change until someone drags them in as a defendant in a copyright dispute for enabling false claims. I think that pretty well covers it there. Let's see. After which they can decide to use a real DMCA claim or drop the issue and threaten people now that they have their private information. The system also allows false claims to monetize. YouTube can skim profits off YouTube directly benefits for protecting people making copyright claims between these skim profits and positive relations with large companies that hold copyrights or at least claim to. There's a lot of companies that claim to that don't. And as such, will never change until someone drags them in as a defendant in a copyright dispute for enabling false claims. I would appreciate a little help getting that seen. I feel like this is an important point that I keep trying to bring up that absolutely no one seems to acknowledge, no matter how hard I try. And it's really, really important. True, link in comments. I can do that. That is a thing
On March
I can
25th, 2026.
That is a thing I can do, and I appreciate that reminder. That should link to various places, assuming the chat resend works the way it's supposed to. So yeah, those are our two big reacts. I know that the Leonard French one can be pretty dry. It's really important to creators. I felt that it was really important to have that, the signal boost what it could or couldn't be. And of course, now I'm sitting here saying, okay, but there's something really important here. Well, it appeared on multiple. Is it just Kick being Kick again? Oh yeah, the Discord chat is not working. I don't like that. Gonna have to try to fix the Discord chat, and I don't know why it's not going to kick. I thought I fixed. Well, for the reposts, a lot of I have link protection on a lot of sites, so you'll need to copy paste and then fix it. I think it's missing a dot. It might just be a copy paste, but that I can't do anything about because I have link protection given a lot of the scammy bots that appear. All right. I will also. This will also be going up fairly soon. I may have to change my current plans for what video goes to upload this section because it is important. So I will include the link with that when when I do that. We are going to take a little break and then we're going to get to the games for tonight. Because of the Leonard French thing in particular, this went longer than I intended it for. So we're not going to have quite as much time. But I still hope that we have enough time to give both games a decent chance. I will see you guys in a couple minutes. Be right back. Sorry about that. I got down here, was getting set, and realized I did not grab the water, I grabbed something else. All right. So, first things first, living forest. Just to see what the heck it is. Probably won't play this for very long, but I am curious. Okay, Magpie is fired up and ready to go. Living forest. Stream. And it just bounces us right into it. Okay, capture. Resize to the correct size. Forgot to fix that. So, I know nothing about this. One moment. I think I know what's going on with the mouse. I don't know if that'll actually fix it or not. Welcome back. Okay, so we've only got those options. Sure, why not? Okay. I don't think that's my setup. I think that this is just this sketchy on the controls. Oh, wait a minute. Is this a multiplayer game? I should have checked that. Yeah, if this is a multiplayer game, I might back out, like, now. Because I just do not want to risk wandering into an potentially unmoderated situation. Uh, one moment. Authentication. Pa, 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 pa. Racing, action, adventure, RPG, casual, survival. From a first or third person perspective, living in the forest. It looks like it's a single player. In the forest, you fight zombies and soldiers by picking up weapons. Players can use axes, pistols, guns to fight or collect resources and food. You also use resource build structure, and there's some mission you need to finish. Try to live in the forest. More features. Drive car, talk to someone for quest or message, day and night, different environments, weather changes. It definitely reads like a single player game. Okay, we're gonna move on because it is increasingly looking sketchy. We're gonna know. I thought it was neat because, ooh, free game for people to check out. Looks indie, but it's looking a bit sketchy. So we're just gonna nope out of this one. And give me a sec while I get Soulmask, which is not gonna be a sketchy game, and is the primary subject of tonight. Anyways, online. Also just gonna quickly uninstall this just in case. Well, that was unfortunate. I did read. It did. I read the whole thing out to you. Didn't say anything about that sketchiness. All right. Soulmask. Is this supposed to be silent? I guess it was supposed to be silent. Thank you for joining 1.0. The Shifting Sands DLC is yours. Free DLC for the first month. Like I said, not sponsored, but free. Okay, solo local save online game. Thank you! We appreciate our motion blur default off. I think we can afford to leave that turned off for now. Okay. Well, do we want to jump into the Shifting Sands? Or do we want to play the base game first? I suspect we'll be doing the... You know what? Let's do basic game first, Shifting Sands next time. Tribe mode. Upgrade your tribe to expand bonfires coverage, recruit tribesmen to quickly establish a fully automated production line and an ironclad defense to repel invading enemies. Balanced in classic mode, need to plan your tribe's long-term development, step-to-step guiding your tribesmen to survive in this world, exploring secrets of buried civilization. Battle and brawl feels amazing, charge fiercely towards your enemies, don't need to worry about production construction or having insufficient tribesmen, just go stronger, tribesmen. Nope, we're just going to leave it at default. We'll be reading for the next hour. No and no. I mean, it's turned off, so I guess it doesn't matter that you can see this. We'll be back by Egyptian theme. I do like Egyptian themes. Well, looks like we're getting it anyways. That was really cool. We will be your Aztecs for the evening. There we go. Well, I'm me, and it's like, what am I gonna stare at for the next however many hours? No ponytail? Do men have the same? Let's see what the men options are. Not the same. And we get the bad ponytail. Okay. That's... Oh, thank you, Blue Kitty. Very much appreciated. Also, welcome. That is different. To have this, to have size be the fat and fat be the tone. Huh. Well, like I said, we're going to be staring at the character for however many hours. Wow, those are like super duper bright. Oh, of course. Soulmask. You know what? Well, that's okay. We'll get interesting with that. Let's open for a little more tone. We will be your ancient civilization for the evening. Or maybe we'll be your parasite for the evening. Okay. I have no idea if this is cosmetic or like a thing. Ah, conquest, civilization. Rich? Okay. Mask interface mode, common, overclock. Unique functional module of each mask. Prepare it to reduce the mask common energy consumption by 5. Mass-produced mask can achieve common overclocking due to mature technologies and rich experience in large-scale production. Prepare to increase the mask upgrade speed by 300%. So, and then the other ones change for those. So, falling buffer protects the body from a fall by distributing the force of impact across the whole body. Fall damage is reduced by 15%. Enables optical invisibility status, blending into the surroundings for 35 seconds. Initiating an attack or being attacked during this time will cancel invisibility status. Secretly delve into forbidden knowledge. Each attack drains 1 to 10 HP from the enemy. Spares the target's vision using disturbing light. Concealment plus 25%. When attacking a target from behind, damage dealt plus 50%. Stamina Surge. Repair it to stimulate the body through some unknown means, which significantly boosts stamina. Release energy to cover the body, reducing damage taken by 20% for 60 seconds. Prepare it to activate the head defense barrier when necessary, boosting head defense. Prepare it to stimulate the body through some unknown means, which hardens the skin, reducing the body's damage taken by 5%. Once repaired, being hit by high-frequency attacks triggers an emergency rescue. The higher the frequency, the more HP restored. Optimizes the accuracy of life perception's information processing ability, enabling real-time perception of the distance from target. Unleash non-stop attacks on enemies with... I do like my rapid fire. Within fan-shaped area, head for 5 seconds. Highly focused during worker combat. Stamina cost reduced by 10%. I also like not having to deal with stamina problems. Special shooting technique makes arrows pierce through fur from a weakened spot, with poison smeared on the arrow. After professional archery training, you can better harness the power of bow and arrows, increasing bow damage by 10%. Okay, I was gonna go with this on the cosmetic side. I think it also has the powers I want. Ooh. Ooh. I like the blue, but I like how the cyan stands out more. Okay. Essence proceeds. Essence couch. Okay. You. Who are you? I. What am I? Arm your... Analysis finalized. Initiating linguistic interface. Don't bother looking around. I'm speaking directly into your consciousness. I am the AI agent within the mask. You activated it and I have awakened. If AI agent is too complex for you, just think of me as the soul of the mask. Soulmask, okay. You can think of me as your assistant. I can't find my own name or designation in the file, so I'll need a code name for our future talks. This mask technology comes from an ancient... Give X a name. Cool. Twitter. What do we think? Also, as a reminder, if you have lemons, either be prepared for on DLive, be prepared to withdraw them or donate them quickly. I will be drawing mine out after the stream, and then that will probably be it for DLive. Donate your elixir as quick as you can as well, because April 30th or maybe June 30th for Trovo. Bioshock. Mass technology comes from an ancient advanced civilization. Won't bother explaining how it works. Trust me, you won't understand it. Bioshock. Alright, those are the basics. Now for our objective, explore the world, repair the mask, collect data. Simple enough, right? It's a bit vague, but that's all I've got. To be honest, I know nothing about the world. All I know is that I need to be repaired. Here's the division of labor. We're one body, you're the limbs. As a local, you deal with the beasts and barbarians. I'll handle technical advice. Think of me as the brain. I'll organize this mess of a database and guide you through repairing the mask damaged nodes. I can detect energy anomalies and mysterious signals. I'm starting a full diagnostic now, activating sensory modules so you can monitor your vitals. And then there's the mask. Depending on the model you're wearing, you'll gain access to unique abilities. Basic mask is a bit entry level, but it's better than nothing. Give it a spin. Anyway, just try to stay alive. Diagnostics complete, modules loaded, let's get to work. Food, water, tools, the weapon. We have a mountain of work, but keep your composure. As an AI agent, my forte is supreme efficiency. Leave logistics to me, I'll organize everything into a schedule. Alright, the plan is set. First survive, repair the mask's most critical function, recruit some allies, and build a temporary camp. Prove to me you've got more than just luck. You know what, I need to move. Couple things. Gonna be collecting masks. Majora's Mask time! Arm yourself. We're getting harvest proficiency very quickly. Collected items. Tiny stones, branches. Tab, select campfire. Alright, let's go down by the water. Down by the river. Is that a capybara? It is! It is a okay, we're setting up camp here. Craft a stone pickaxe. Use to collect more stones. Eventually they want... Okay. Oh, good. I'm immortal now. I do like that. New mask is in rough shape. Time has been kind to it. And he knows... Okay. You're staying alive? Okay. You've been a big help. Where's the stone pick? Okay. Holy crap, a motion that really looks like you're actually using it. Oh, they want me to... Not the pickaxe, they wanted me to use the regular axe. Okay. We could do that too. I clicked on the axe, right? Okay. Cool. O to open character interface, select statue and approve. Okay, coma resistance, crafting output and bow damage, and thrown weapon accuracy. HP resistance, okay. Well, I think for now it would be good to... That leaves us with 2. Well, that gets us up to 8 and everything, which I think we're going to do for now. Wait, hold on. Didn't I... Oh, no. Darn it. Miscounted. Tab, craft a spear. F to execute a special attack that throws the spear. F to retrieve the wooden spear, pull the enemy to... Ooh! We can do a get over here. I am not attacking the capybara. I'm finding something else. Playing another game where you just spam E as you go to harvest everything. Draw water? Water collected. Alright, do we have non-capybara things? Can we pet the capybara? We cannot pet the capybara. Hi, Nomi. This will sadly be probably the last D-Live stream given the shutdown. Get organized, check out my solo for where else to follow me. There we go. Oh, I guess it just killed it in one shot. Cool. I headshotted it. Sweet. UK South America, okay. I have some questions about the setting. That is a really tiny turkey. Press M to open the map. Q to initiate life perception, which scans the surroundings and reveals dangerous creatures. They're capybaras. They are not, in fact, dangerous. Doing radar things. Okay, so I'm all the way in the corner. None of the core modules are working. Memory mode is heavily damaged. Good news is damage is permanent. Now you must do your part. Not for my sake, but for your own survival. Don't worry, our future is looking bright. No, it's such a check nearby locations for node repair. Ah. Before Europeans landed, there were in fact turkeys in South America. Okay, cool. Tab, select any cooked meat. Can be cooked at campfire. E to consume it. Okay, cool. We can cook the, okay, we can cook the bugs, too. What's the best thing that we can burn? You told me to! You told me to eat the base. Okay. Okay, so the meat cooks faster. I mean, I don't see any reason not to cook what we have. We can cook the locust too. Yeah. I will not, in fact, eat the bugs and be happy. I will also not put the locust on pizza. Oh, wait, thick rope. That is not a cyberpunk reference. Uh, 20 linen. Yeah, but they don't expect you to be happy about eating the bugs. Bill Gates does. Ah. Hmm. I thought I heard something. All right, where am I going? Discovered ancient ruins. Tapir insane? Oh. Okay. Cool. Yeah, that's more than a little concerning. Oh, hold on. There we go. Oh, is this it? Oh, I'm stupid. I should have taken the linen before it all burns away. Or not the linen, the whatever it was. Yeah, I'm not a fan of the insane designator. I'm not gonna worry about cooking all of the meat right now. Alright, I guess we head towards the nearest... I mean, we could head towards there and then down. Ooh. Not gonna do it yet. Do I have more points to spend? I do. Okay. Interesting. I mean, I could just keep harvesting like mad to raise my level, but then I'll probably just end up completely overloaded with stuff like I always do. Hi, Blue Kitty. Thanks again. You don't get a lot of good... No! lot of good, like, ancient South American type setting stuff. I could think of like 2 things, and they were both absolutely awful, and at least one of them was racist. Okay, another insane tape here. Aha! Finally! I should probably... I feel like I should recognize Amazon Trail, but I don't off the top of my head. Oregon Trail by the same people, but the Rainforest Magic and Time Travel. I feel like I've seen that, but haven't actually played it. Yeah, the butchering is a bit... Yeah. Did I miss a chest? Oh! Did I miss a chest in the other one? Darn it. I completely ignore my instructions on what to do next. You do it after I check to make sure there's a chest here. There was a chest here. That reduced my health. What the heck? And my eye is doing its thing. Fight this guy with only one eye open. Oh, come on! Ah! That was the worst timing. Alright, let's get out of here. Then I can follow the instructions again. Press T to enter knowledge and technology. Find basic weaving, simple weaving. Simple bandage. Craft 3 simple bandages. Ooh, it has a search option. I need more linen. Okay. Um. There, let's do that. Choose a simple bandage or craft it, press E to use it. I'm not hurt. Oh wait, yes I am. Okay, head towards the mysterious ruins. Holy smokes. Okay, this is gonna be a menu game. Oh, come on! Search the mysterious ruins for the battered mysterious stone tablet and use crafting materials to repair the mask's tribe's recruitment ability. Ah, back we go. Because I assume it's this closest one. Alright, battered mysterious stone tablets. Unless it means these mysterious ruins down there. Which it might. Attack skills unlock. Okay, that has it. I do find it interesting that it's like very obviously South American ancient tribe. This thing is 60 meters away. What the is a meter? Oh, good. I sure hope I don't have to fight them. Wait, it says recruitment. Maybe I'm supposed to recruit them. Nope. Now. Oh, you hit hard. I'm hitting left control for roll. If you would, I would appreciate it. See, he can roll. Excuse you? Yeah, well, put a Cubist mod and people wouldn't get it, so you have to put it in a unit that stupid Europeans can understand. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna butcher these ones. After repair, unlocks the following techniques. Press and hold to repair. Tribesman recruitment repaired. Yes, this is the node. This terminal, what you call mysterious stone tablet, is still functional despite being incomplete. As for this node, its function is very special. It allows you to quickly gain loyal tribesmen and transfer your soul into their bodies. To you, a body is now just a piece of swappable gear. Oh boy. You just kidnap people and brainwash them into working for you. Oh my gosh. Head over to Ruins or Barracks. Approach a barbarian with HP below 50%. Or 20% for those above level 10. Follow the prompt to press E to deter the barbarian, and then take them home. Then you press E over one that is comatose. To view their belongings, press E to feed them liquid food. Like the soup. Oh my gosh! We actually just brainwash people into working for us. Holy crap! What? I knew it was build a team, but I didn't realize it was just flat out, alright. We're gonna do some very concerning things. Hey, where'd Jerry go? Oh my gosh. I don't know why this isn't checking, because I did what it said. Alright, I guess you stay there. Craftsman. Yeah, there's... feel a little bit better about being female just because of the very concerning nature of this. What it would look like otherwise. I have no idea what else it wants me to do to make them happy. Okay, so I have a hunter, a craftsman, I can only have 3, right? For now? I think it said 3. We're gonna find out when I try to recruit another one. So we've got guards. Alright, let's try the big guard. Oh, I got 2. We're just gonna kill you. No, does it want me to take the items? What does it want me to do? View their belongings and press... I have done everything it wants me to do and every version of what it wants me to do. Okay. I don't think deter is the word for this, but okay. Oh, these guys respawn. That's not good. Don't kill my craftsman. Get back here. Don't kill either of my people. Darn it, did you kill my craftsman? I already forgot about the respawn mechanics. Alright, well. Is there another craftsman over here? Alright, so we're just gonna get out of here much more quickly. What do you mean danger detected nearby? They got rid of the... Alright, so if I go this way, you gonna follow me? No? Okay, I gotta deploy them to make me follow me. So, since I can't recruit the craftsman... I have no idea what its problem is, because I don't know where my other craftsman ran off to. I don't know where my camp is. I don't know how to get the thing to go away since I have attempted. To do it as it says. Because I did exactly what it says there in those instructions. I don't want to skip all of the guidance, I just want to move on to the next one. Oh! Aha! This is where you ran off to. Follow me. So obviously we want to... You know what? I'm gonna risk it. I'm gonna hit page down and see what happens. If you neglect them, the regulation will file. Ultimately, okay. Okay, so long press EO and hit control to take control over them. Control on your original character to switch back. That's concerning. Okay, tab, crafting bar, craft thatch foundations, proper area. Okay, so we need to figure out where we're going. Actually, let's go back and beyond this lake. Where is... Hold on. Someone didn't follow me. Again. Get over here. Did I not make enough that... Oh, I need more rope. Okay, I can fix that. Definitely another do everything in order to increase your levels and abilities game. Yeah, that's the dog's fault for being stupid enough to attack a group of people this big. I am 1, and they are 4. I can win this. This is probably a safe little cubbyhole to start. please. No? Alright. Oh my gosh, this map is huge. Okay. There's open space up there. Maybe that'll work. We can check out those mysterious ruins while we're here as well. More insane figures. Now there's a mob of us. Box. Box of toys. Box of toys. Box of toys. Alright, now we're going to backtrack up around. Early game survival crafting just... it's slow. Hi. Bye. Alright. Is this a draw distance thing, or is this actually open over? No, it's a draw distance thing. I have no idea where a good starter camp is. I guess with the pyramid there, we're going in the right direction, but... Find a proper area. I'm in the middle of the rainforest. Define proper... Ooh. Okay, how about not an area where these darn things spawn? Alright. Is there a nice spot where those things don't spawn? Here, we're gonna do here. Alright. Press T. Bonfire. Tab. Craft bonfire. Ooh. Really? Oh, come on. I don't... Oh. Quiet. No one asked you. Create thatched building materials. Build a covered shelter to keep the bonfire safe from rain. I'm gonna need a lot more rope. Okay. A little bit of a different system, but you know, it works. Okay. So these barbarians keep trying to attack, but I guess can't. Because we're in our own little home, I guess. Oh, right. Roof. Thatch box. Okay. Okay. T, find basic carpentry, carpenter's table, and technique. Tab, build carpenter's table. Need logs and hardwood. Okay, I can leave them like that for now. I'd like to get to the airships at some point, but I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon. Okay, that should be enough. And you are just determined, aren't you? Crafting menu, click plank D to add plank Crafting work. Ah. Silent yet busy. Oh my gosh. And immediately went on break. That's funny. M, the open map. R, place custom marker next to the nearby safe grove. Marker will serve to pinpoint the orc location for subsequent tribesmen's fieldworks. M. I guess. Chieftain, you're the wisest person in the tribe. Oh, that's a problem. Aim your view, recruit tribesmen. Long press E, then assign a field collection logging work to a tribesman. Press E to save the work. Okay. Press T, enter knowledge and technologies like basic tannery. Long press the left mouse button to learn tanning rack and simple tannery blueprint. Craft a tanning rack. Use a tanning rack to craft rough leather. Okay. Ah. Craft and place a tanning rack. You are a hunter. No. Where's hunting? I guess we're gonna do harvest. I'm gonna make another box to put stuff in. Okay, craft and place loam. Alright, what are you missing? Planks and rough leather. And thick ropes, okay. Really? Oh, did I not collect my leather? I didn't collect the leather. Have you not made anything? Oh my gosh. You are a horrible worker. I forgot to collect the planks again. Alright, let's try this again. Loom! I'd like to get to the airships at some point. It's not gonna happen. Leather rope, not thick rope. I'm stupid. Alright. Alright, T. Wooden building. Building workshop. Alright, what do you take? Clay, planks, stone, and flint. Okay, so that's going to be a whole thing. If you could, please... Well, I sure hope this is what I need to do. Okay, I'm getting flint and stone. Okay. This may actually be easier than I thought. Okay. Okay, I need more flint. And I'm not getting clay from that. I have no idea where I did get clay from. Probably from down by the river, which I did not camp next to because I couldn't. Oh, that isn't quite what I meant to do. It's probably fine. Clay. Honestly, the long day is kind of getting to me. It's been a very long couple of weeks. Alright, let's do this. Get out of here. Tempted to call it a little early. Not going to be super exciting since we're just doing setup. I am quite tired. Yeah, and I've got to do stuff before I'm done, before I actually get to go to bed tonight. So I think we're going to call this one for tonight. I thank you all for hanging out, watching along with me and whatnot. I will see you all in the next one. Last chance. D Live says it is shutting down immediately. Trovo, I'm gonna aim for April 30th just to be safe, though. Yes, they are. Some are saying June 30th. Save your stuff. Donate your last things to whoever. Withdraw if you can. Thank you all. I will see you in the next stream and/or vid. Be safe. And I hope you all have a great weekend. Night all.